Who's gonna see you?
Run! Oh, you have to climb.
Screwed.
Where's
I'm
the
so
key?
fast.
Go under something.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hey, get back here! You little get back here! Alright, where'd you go, you little
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Doing dishes.
Well, I was gonna say Tweedledee and Tweedledip. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Renegades. Well, Renegade Reacts. This is this is one that a lot of people have been asking us to do for a long time. Salmonella Academy, and yeah, I remember when these were getting recommended to us. I don't really know why we never got to them. It's just lots happened over the years, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a shot and let's see what Salmonella Academy has to offer. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, I don't have anything against Salmonella Academy. I think I've seen a couple of the videos by Sam, like in passing, maybe. Like I haven't like sat down and like engaged myself with it, but this is one that interests me because some of you know, I was going to be a history teacher. That's actually what I wanted to do whenever I got into college. I decided I'm just going to become a history teacher. I enjoy history. History's not, well, history, well, I say history's not going anywhere, but try telling that to the modern, the modern age where everyone just pretends like, oh, nothing bad happened back then. Let's just pretend it didn't happen and, not learn from our mistakes. And yeah, that's my exact problem with the modern conception of history, like how people want to view history. It's just like, I don't want to talk about any of the bad stuff. And when they do talk about the negative stuff, it's a lot of it is stuff that doesn't matter that much, but yet they blow it. I have my opinions on how the modern lexicon of history is taught, and it infuriates me to no end. But with all that being said, everything that has transpired, I think it's high time for us to just dive right in to my first official Salmonella Academy video. This is historical misconceptions for you to bring up during family dinner. What family dinner? I see my family every now and again, but it's never like for dinner. We're never able to hang out that long, and when we do, we're often discussing different stuff. But if I ever did want to bring up historical misconceptions with my family, I will consult this video. Here we go.
This episode of Salmonella Academy is brought to you by Skillshare.
Skillshare.
Hey kid. Yeah, you.
Me?
I just got off the phone with the big man upstairs. And he told me that I need to clear a few things up around here. So without further ado, here's 10 pieces of malarkey that you might still be spreading. Number 1. Nobody was ever burned to death at the Salem witch trials. Of the accused, 15 died in prison, 19 were hanged, and 1 was squished to death.
Yeah, but none were burned. It's still a travesty that the shit happened, but yeah, none of them were officially burned. I did know that, and I try to correct people on it, but they're acting like I'm trying to say nothing bad happened back then. No, bad shit did happen. But when you tell them that they weren't burned at the stake, everyone's just like under the assumption that you're just trying to be a defender of the Puritans back then. No, fuck no, I'm not trying to defend the Puritans. What they did was wrong on every measurable standard. But yeah, none of them burned to death.
That last one is way more interesting than any cremation, by the way. Dude was a badass. His name was Giles Corey. He was 81 years old and so done with the town of Salem's garbage that he wouldn't even dignify the trial with a plea. So the town stuck him between 2 boards and stacked rocks on top of him in an effort to draw out a confession. But every time they tried to get something out of him, all he would say was, "More weight." This went on for 3 solid days until he finally died, never giving any indication as to whether or not he was a witch. One can only wonder.
Damn.
Number 2, the OG Buddha wasn't the obese guy. That's Budai, a Chinese folk character meant to represent Maitreya, aka future Buddha. Now this shirt is double sad. Number 3...
Oh god. I knew that the chubby Buddha was not the actual representation of Buddha. but I had no idea that it was. I had no idea
Present Maitreya,
that it was.
aka Future Buddha.
I had no idea about that. I know that in a lot of Chinese cultures, like that Buddha, that Budai that's used as Buddha, is sort of the. It's weird how history never works out the way that you expect it to. People always think is like, oh, Bill Burr had a great. Not Bill Burr, but Bill Maher had a great thing about history. It's like all these people who are around nowadays, and who was just like, if I would have been around back then, things would have been different. Things would have been like, like this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened. Yes, it would have. It would have happened. And guess what? You would have been part of it too. You would have been part of the society that allowed it to happen. And then people in the future would would not only quietly, but just like out loud judge you for all the bad decisions that you made. Like, you've never made bad decisions. Sheesh.
Now this shirt is double sad. Number 3, Buddha wasn't a god either. He was just a guy.
Yeah.
Named Gautama. Now this shirt is triple sad. Number 4, ever heard of a vomitorium? Turns out, no, it's not a place.
No, it's not, but I do know what it is. It is not a vomitorium in that regard where, you know, they would engorge themselves and then vomit and then come back, you know. No, actually, it was the place where the crowds would come out into the Colosseum. That's what a vomitorium is. It's just a play. It's like the entryway into anyway.
Place where Roman nobles would go to make room for more pheasant spleen and lobster eyelids. It's just a big entranceway to the Colosseums that hordes of peasants would spew out of. Number 5, Washington never cut down a cherry tree in his youth. I don't get this one at all. Apparently it's supposed to paint the man in a good light somehow. It's like,
oh, he chopped down the cherry tree, and when he was asked about it, they he didn't lie. It showed that he was honest about his he stood by what he did. That's supposed to be the moral of it, but it's bullshit because he never chopped down a cherry tree. Also, his teeth were not actually made of wood. Turns out they were actually made of other actual teeth. History's full of a bunch of misconceptions that people have, and it just irritates me to no end. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. It's just I love history, and if I feel like commenting on something, I'm going to comment. I mean, if you want to watch an unoccluded watch the video unoccluded, click Sam O'Nella's name in the title of the video. Plus, give the guy some love. He's finally back after a long break.
Tyler, what the hell happened while we were gone? Where's the tree in the front yard? Oh yeah, that was me. Got bored. Just felt like vandalizing something, you know? Hey, what about my honest character? Number 6, the pyramids weren't actually built by slaves. These workers were respected members of society. They ate meat and worked in 3-month shifts, and even got to be buried right next to the tomb after their death. Matter of fact, that's more than we can say for the people working on man's greatest achievements today. If I spent years of my life helping to build the space station, you're damn right I'd want the Salmonella Memorial Corpse Receptacle floating along right next to it. That would be amazing. Number 7, the Great Wall of China is not the only man-made object visible from space.
Actually, it's not visible from space. It's actually not actually visible from with the naked eye from the U.S. space station. You could see it from a certain height, but from space, outside of just rotating around the Earth, no, you actually can't see it. And if you want to know what man-made objects can be seen from space, just look at the cities. The cities and the lights that they blast out into the infinite cosmos are completely visible from space. So yeah. Let's see. Also, the thing about the workers not being slaves, the people who designed and the people who did some of the work on it, yes, but there's actually, I know that there's, the whole idea is it is, how could it be done without slaves? And yeah, to a certain extent, I mean, the argument does hold water but until we can actually go back there and see for ourselves, we're never going to know 100%. That's just an unequivocal fact of history. And until the time machine is invented and we can go back in time and we can perceive things for ourselves, it's just going to be up in the air as to what the truth is. But yes, there were actually workers who did work on the pyramids who actually were respected and were given a barracks and everything and were given food and, proper treatment. But yeah, I don't know.
Number 7. The Great Wall of China is not the only man-made object visible from space. I don't know where you dipshits got this one from. First of all, there's no way you could see it with the unaided eye. The wall is like 30 meters thick at most, while the distance to outer space is generally recognized to be 100 kilometers up, known as the Kármán line. To give some perspective, that's like me holding up a standard-sized guitar pick from across the entire length of a football field and asking you what color it is. Also, there are plenty of man-made objects that are way bigger in terms of local surface area than the Great Wall, so even if it was visible, there's no way it would be the only one. Number 8, you might have heard this one before. You know, Hitler was a jerk and all, but hey, he made the Autobahn, so at least he was efficient. Actually, Hitler didn't create the Autobahn. It was already there. He just helped expand it into newer territory. In a similar vein, Mussolini didn't make the trains run on time, with most of Italy's infrastructure repairs happening before his rise to power in 1922, and even then they weren't nearly as punctual as he'd like you to believe. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to find something else to like about these fascists.
Well, I mean, in terms of Hitler, just ask Time Magazine. I mean, they made him Person of the Year in 1938. No joke, by the way. And also, in terms of Mussolini, there was actually a studio exec in Hollywood who idolized Benito Mussolini and actually had his desk made by the same person who made Mussolini's desk because he idolized Mussolini so much. People are weird, man. Oh, shit. Well, thankfully I didn't shut down OBS there. I thought I accidentally shut OBS. Whoops.
Like Hitler's elegant way of speaking. Or the way Mussolini says spaghetti.
Poschetti.
Number 9. Iron Maidens weren't actual torture devices used in medieval times. Basically what happened is, some archaeologists in the 1800s saw an old metal coffin and some spikes, and said, yo, wouldn't it be wildin' if we put these things up in here, so that way if someone goes in it, they get poked in their bits? You are a sick man, Cornelius. I like it. Into the museum it goes. At least Iron Maiden was real. They were as real as it gets.
Yeah.
Still are. And don't you forget it. Number
Hell
10.
yeah.
Einstein never failed math. He had mastered both integral and differential calculus by the age of 15.
Yeah, again, it's when the when the legend becomes fact. I hate to say it, but it goes back to that old Who Shot Liberty Valance thing. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. And yeah, it's just the whole deal is like the truth is not as engaging or as like great as the story. And it's infuriating whenever the truth comes out, but yet people don't care because it's not engaging enough.
99% chance this one was just made up to make glue eaters feel better about themselves. Well, congratulations, Dimitri.
Glue
Looks
eaters
like
and
you
window
failed
lickers.
pre-algebra for the 3rd time. Brady still can't graduate. Well, hey, that means I'm still on par with famous smart science man, so, yeah, worship me.
No. Get
so
out.
it just goes to show that we've all got a lot to learn about the world around us. That's why you need to go to Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 20,000 classes in technology, design, business, and more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes on must-know topics so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. They've got great courses in graphic design and animation, which I've clearly already mastered. I mean, check this out. But I'm sure you could get a lot of use out of them. You can also learn plenty of more recreational skills, like how to solve a Rubik's Cube, or how to play chess really well. Join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today, with a special offer just for my viewers, where you can get 2 months of Skillshare completely free. To sign up, go to skl.sh/samo. Again, go to skl.sh/Samo to get 2 months of unlimited access to over 20,000 classes for free. Act now for this special offer and start learning today. Anyway, till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank you for watching.
That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that was pretty damn cool. And you know what? There's a like, and there's a subscribe, Sam. Well done. Well done. Just so y'all can see that, you know, So, yeah, I'm also going to leave a comment down here. What do I should say? That is interesting. I'll see if I can think of something to find out, or that I can type and all that. But so Salmonella, I'm gonna watch more of his stuff because I like stuff like this. I like being able to look back on historical misconceptions and just be like, oh gosh, it's sad that people still think that that's real. I know that there's people out there who talk about Bigfoot, who talk about Loch Ness Monster, who talk about all these other things, and if I can be honest, it's okay. I mean, if you want to believe that something is real out there, then believe it. You know, there's nothing wrong with believing in something like that. Instead, it's just like I don't know. I'm still recovering from yesterday. Yesterday took a lot out of me, and I'm hoping that today will be a little bit easier. We will see. Right now, I'm just trying to keep myself right. But anyway, I guess that's gonna do it for this one. This was Salmonella, historical misconceptions for you to bring up during family dinner. If you want to see more from Salmonella, click his name in the title of the video. Should be like right here, maybe, I think. It'll be right below the video. You'll see it. It'll be in blue. And be sure to check him out. And also, if you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. And until next time, I'm Nate. I'll see you then. Peace.